Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. The title says 500 Silver Brits, Strategies in Trading. I'm going to give you my perspective on how I've kind of broken down this trade. There isn't 500 Brits on the table. I've actually sold 151 already. So these coins came in yesterday. I've just been very busy trying to move heaven and earth to replenish my money in the coffers, because this order absolutely wiped me out and some. So yeah, let's talk about why I bought 500 Brits, the rationale for buying 500 Brits, and how I'm going to break it down as a professional trader in a way that doesn't put my liquidity at risk and also allows me to kind of bank on some of the upside, or at least you would hope. Now, I paid a fair price for these. The gentleman got slightly more out of me than I would have liked to pay, but when I thought about it, I was like, there's always going to be a time when silver rushes up and people want Brits. It comes and goes in cycles. I don't particularly need to sell them all. I just need to maintain a certain level of liquidity within my stack or my stock, probably more my stock these days, to trade. So it's coins in, coins out. But what I will end up doing is I will probably take 10 tubes, so half a monster box, 250 coins, and I'll just put them to one side. Now, I know in my head what I want to make. I also know what I paid, and I also can do cash flow analysis in terms of what each scenario would pay me on the stack. Now, these are probably a £25 coin per tube. I sold one tube at that, and another gentleman bought 5 tubes. I've also potentially got the option that if I do sell the lot, I can go back to the gentleman I bought from, because I know he had close to 2 monster boxes, and I can say, you know what, would you entertain me buying the rest of them? Just deal with one person, i.e. myself, and just leave it at that. That saves you a lot of aggro, piecing them out tube by tube or coin by coin. I doubt he'd do it on a coin by coin basis due to the sheer amount he had. I think he had 975 Brits, so a fair amount, a fairly chunky amount. Now, with these 500, like I said prior, I don't need to sell them all. I just need to maintain liquidity. So the strategy can be one of many. I can sell down other areas of my stock to give me that liquidity, and you know, that's probably going to be on the table. I only need between 5 to probably 8,000 at most these days to maintain liquidity. So we're talking, if I sell half of these and I sell some gold coins that I've got in my reserve, such as I've got a 1 ounce gold bar, I've got some sovereigns in my reserve, it doesn't really matter if I sell the rest. I just need strong enough hands that I can put them away for some time and just forget about them. Now, you may be saying that's quite a lot of money, but you need to realize that if you're someone who's kind of doing this to make a living, or to increase coins up the value curve, you should be grading coins that come through your possession anyway. And that's going to take 3 months. Now, I send coins off every month. What's going to happen is I've got some big ticket coins coming off. I try and put maybe £2,000 to £5,000 worth of coins through a month, and I run it like a conveyor belt. If need be, I can just get those coins back, sell them, and keep half of these anyway. That will enable me to have a uniformity of stock / stack, and it will also allow me to have the necessary liquidity to not be kind of dragged under and be stuck in that dogfight that many people find themselves in. It's difficult to get to that position, and it does take time. You do have to have deep pockets. These days I do just fine, but even a monster box of me was a stretch. Like, that was me. I had a trading session before, I moved £6,000 worth of coins. Now, for those of you who say, oh, that's really good, yes and no. I moved £6,000 and I made just over 5% on that £6,000. That's not where I want to be. I want to be a 10% trader, because for me to hit my target of 10%, ideally I would have had to sell £12,000, you know, and there's not enough hours in a day for that. You need to pick and choose your battles. Now, the price I paid for these, is there going to be a 10% in it for me? Yes. 10% off the bat when I sell the first 10, that should be perfectly feasible. I've then got to take out that, so it's going to come in slightly underneath. But what I'm interested in is if silver goes to a point, or the premiums go to a point where it goes back to say 27, 28, 29 a coin, and that's a not too distant memory, that was only last year. If it gets to that point, I'll just undercut. If I sell for 27, 28, my margin goes up to, well, it pretty much doubles essentially, and they're not hard sells. So what I've done is I've moved hard selling coins on. I've got easier selling coins now on the book. I just have to pick and choose my moments. Now what I'm trying to get across is that anyone who's built up a stack over time, you're gonna have to trim your stack. You will have to do it. There's no way around it, because if you don't do it, you're gonna limit yourself to what you can do when selling. If you run the strategy of you're just buying cheapest ounce, the reality is you're going to make less money, because you need to have a balanced portfolio in terms of your semi-numismatic, your numismatic, and also your bullion type coins, and you're going to have to trim it periodically. Now if you don't do that, when you do come to sell, it's going to be an issue, especially if you sell at once. You could go to a specialist, they're going to offer you a slightly fairer price, but the more you have, the less they're going to offer you, because as a trader, when I'm buying, if I'm buying a lot more, I'm paying a lot less, because I have to de-risk it. I have to do that depending on my cash flow as well. I guess if someone has 100k cash flow, they can offer you fair prices, but they won't have the time to trade it in an effective and efficient manner. So what is really going to happen is they're going to offer you a lower price to get it in, sell it quickly, and de-risk that way. You don't want to be in that position. So you do need to trim your stack, and you're going to get to a point where you're probably going to have more of one type of coin than the other, and you just move your positions accordingly. That's not for everyone. Some people just like bullion coins, some such as these Brits. Some people are purely numismatic, although they tend to be the more serious collector type. But you do need a blend. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you the 100, 200, 300, 325 on a table. I've got a tube next to me because I've taken one out of that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that has made sense to you guys. I do want to, I continue to say it, I want to put out more educational style videos. I do want to do that. I don't just want this to be an unboxing channel, even though that's what gets the views. It kind of winds me up as a dealer. I've got a message and I want to put it out there. You know, I don't do this for the money, that's for sure. Anyway, I hope to see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.